Up YouTube, welcome back to another season of my journey to high rocks. If you're new to the channel, then please hit the like and subscribe button. If you're not new to the channel, then you're probably wondering where I've been at for the last couple years. Well, let me just say I've been around, still been grinding, still been putting in work, still been trying to improve my health and wellness. But as with all things related to life, when life happens, sometimes everything gotta stop. If you ever made any videos on YouTube or tried to start a YouTube channel, one of the things you'll realize is that the key to being successful at YouTube is probably consistency. You always have to be putting in the work. You always have to be making videos. And a lot of times it almost becomes a full-time job, if not an additional full-time job. So it really comes down to dedication. And so for me, when things get in place, especially like life, with me being a father, husband, entrepreneur, employee, dad, yada, yada, yada. When those things get in, YouTube kind of goes to the back burner. But with that, I'm back. And so follow me on this journey. The reason why I'm back is because I did do a YouTube video. I did do a high rocks in 2023. I just didn't do the YouTube channel leading up to, I didn't do the videos leading up to the high rocks, but I did go back to Chicago and do it again. I did improve my time and accomplish pretty much what I wanted to accomplish. I was supposed to do it this past November, but I actually changed jobs, and once I changed jobs, it just really wasn't feasible. But I'm back, and I wasn't going to do another high rocks probably for a while until this popped up in my inbox. Yep, high rocks is coming to Atlanta. So with high rocks coming to Atlanta, is right in my backyard. Me being in Atlanta is right in my backyard. So I was like, might as well go in and try to do it. One, and if I can do a video leading up to it, that'd be great. So here we are. But on top of that, not only am I going to do high rocks, I got into this new thing called Zwifting. And if you're not familiar with Zwift, Zwifting is basically, so if you're not familiar with Zwift is basically e-cycling. So basically, you're cycling in real life, or you're pedaling in real life on an indoor cycle, but your avatar races, or you can do races, you can do group rides, you can do workouts, you can do all types of things on this app called Zwift. It is phenomenal. It is definitely addictive, as you guys are seeing in the videos. It's crazy, but I love it. So I've gotten into doing Zwift, and now with high rocks coming to Atlanta, I figured I would go on and do some videos leading up to High Rocks Atlanta and leading up to the Zwift Games in 2025. So the Zwift Games come up first. The Zwift Games is in March 2025, and High Rocks is in April 2025. My goal was actually to do both, if possible. Now, so that's pretty much it. That's what I've been up to. Pretty much been just living life, still grinding, still working away at fitness, still working away at maintaining my health and wellness. But follow me along as I journey to season. This is my second season on YouTube. This is actually will be my third season of High Rocks, but my second season on YouTube. So follow along as I journey to High Rocks Atlanta and the Zwift Games 2025. So for the video for today, what you're going to see is you're going to see me actually doing a Zwift race. Right now, I forgot the name of the series. You guys will see it. But I take you through what a Zwift race is so you can kind of get a feel of it. I take you through, for my Zwifters, I take you through what my kind of mindset is. I'm a Category B racer right now, so the highest category is Category A. I'm a Category B racer. You're going to see me go through a Zwift race and see what it's like. It's actually really dope, really addictive. In the upcoming episodes, you'll see my setup for Zwifting is actually very basic, that anybody can do. You do have to spend a little bit of money, but generically, anybody can do it. And moving forward, you'll see me start to train for High Rocks, DECA, and Zwift. coming in 2025. Until then, peace. Check out the video. Yeah, so this is stage one of the Fresh Out of 24 series, the Triple Twist race. Sorry I got started a little bit late. I missed the first 26 seconds of recording this race. Anyway, I got out the gate about 675 watts, and that allowed me to, at least for a split second, to be number one in the, but now I'm right where I want to be in the front pack, with the front pack. It's a short race, so I know it's going to be pretty aggressive all around. I'm in the B group, and so I know for the most part every rider here is a pretty good rider for the most part, especially in the front of the pack. And so I know there's going to be multiple attacks. And because it's a short race, I know there's not really enough time in order to break the pack up. So basically that means we're all going to be rushing to the finish line, pretty much a mad sprint about 800 meters out from the finish line. Now throughout this race, you're going to see several people attack, but people are attacking not really with any conviction. I think most of the riders know that this is a short race, and so it's going to be real hard just to get away from everybody. In general, most attacks are fairly short-lived, and no one wants to be out there for the most part by their own with an aggressive pack. Now for most of this race, I'm hovering around 400 plus watts, which is actually pretty solid. That was actually pretty surprising to me, that I can maintain that for the duration of the race. So I'm pretty happy with that. So at this point, typically I don't go out and catch any riders that are off on an attack. I didn't actually do it intentionally on this one. If you look at my watts, I'm actually not putting down a lot of watts. I think this is more of a byproduct of the rest of the group just slowing up than me actually attacking. But I did end up coming back to the pack, which is really where I wanted to do, because I wanted to benefit from some of the drafting that went on. So this is definitely an aggressive race. We all stayed within a second of each other for most of this race, which was pretty interesting. There was a bunch of jostling back and forth over the course of this race. Sometimes I'll go out, I'll get first. Other times there were other people. There were multiple attacks. Right now we are in the Volcano Valley. So one of the big issues that I tend to run into, especially being a larger runner or a bigger runner, is that based on if we're going up a hill, my weight tends to work against me. But if we're not on a hill and we're going down the hill or on zero gradient, I'm pretty solid, and my weight actually is a benefit. So you'll notice all of a sudden now a lot of power-ups are coming on. That's the little blue icons and little green icons above. So anytime you go up under an arch, you got a new power-up. So what the riders were doing is we were trying to use our power-ups prior to going under the arch, because if you had already had a power-up, they wouldn't give you a new one. The fact that the riders were, for the most part, using the power-ups so they could get a new one, it also told me that these riders were pretty savvy riders, and this was going to be that coupled with the fact that this was a short race was going to be
and you can tell. It's starting to fade. It's starting to fade to go to the top. I'm putting out 15, I'm putting out 17 watts, and it's still starting to fall off. And that's not, and the reason why is because it's just a whole bunch of pressure. So, we do got to go from it. I just check in with you guys once a month. It is struggling. But I do make it up the hill. And once I make it up the hill, I go to the zero loading. And for the most part, I'll be sitting in a bad position and I'll just stay pumping. Look, there we go. Another hill. This one has a pretty good, a very good temperature. Like I said, there is 180 watts, 680 watts on a full size bike. That's still the bike's already gonna have a lot left on it. But thankfully, Brady owns the heart and he knows that he knows that I'm not lying. He knows that I'm being quiet. And that is very nice. Getting to show the win, which is great because I made it to I did make a slight mistake initially of not recording, as I said. Again, with me being able to put out so many weeks and consistent amount of time, I'm not really too worried about taking a break, especially once I know the race. And once for the most part, if you know, if you know what you're looking at week, if you know what your race for the most part, you can put me in weights on a consistent basis. But looking back on it, there's no strategic way. I think I would do it more easy. And you could tell from early in the race now, if you watch closely, I ain't running well. Like I did end up catching me some slack, which is what I look for. So it's pretty good. Nobody's really, nobody's really paying attention though. I do see somebody really running through the pack. So they're doing good or something, but it's not really looking good. So the position I'm in is okay. Um, Next time moving forward, I just need to make sure that I just need to make sure that I don't crash to the pack. So here's somebody else in the group here. My goal wasn't for them to die. Again, when you see me moving like 300 watts, we all hit 500 for a short time. But for the most part, I'm trying to just maintain my speed. I actually go 0 watts because that's what I want to say. Bigger is the life. Again, I come back to the point I made before. So I can maintain my watts over an extended period of time. I don't get too nervous if people get a slight lead. I'm pretty confident I can run them down. So here we are close to the end of the race. We're a little over a mile out. Now having to chase, now when somebody attacks, you actually have to do work in order to chase them down because it's such short a race. You don't have a lot of the race left. And so any extreme advantage that someone may have, you need to make sure, especially if they're trying to attack to get an advantage, you need to take it away as soon as possible. Now, because we still have a little bit of time left, I don't want to be too aggressive and just haul ass all together and tire myself out for the final sprint. But we do need to reel this guy in. As you could tell, it's not only me thinking that, it's the other riders because all of a sudden now we're starting to move. So with less than a mile left, you're starting to see the position is starting to take place. Everybody, no one wants to allow the other person to break away. We still have to pull the front runner in, but we're all being much more aggressive in our ride. The minute we get to like 800 meters, you're going to see it's going to be an all-out sprint. And so right now, my goal is to hopefully position myself so I can hold the other runners off with a mad sprint. But I think right now we're a fourth of the mile. I mean, we're under a half a mile, and people are starting to haul ass. I'm getting close. I'm in the 500 watt range pretty consistently. Starting to tap on that 600 mark, that 600 watts. But now we are about to go in the next few seconds,
and you're gonna see people just take off. Me, I cut on my aero boost and I'm gone. You see everybody else going. So now I'm at 781 watts, 900 watts. I think I get over 1,000 watts this race. Just trying to get in. My goal was to be top 10, but I ended up getting, 13th? Um, I ended up getting 13th on Zwift, but on Zwift Power, I'm actually ninth. Not exactly what I was looking for, but I'll definitely take it. Um, Need to do some more training on my strength endurance and my speed endurance in order to allow me to maintain throughout the entire race. But overall, I'm pretty content with where I am, and we got the work that we needed to get in.